discrimination against them is quite unfair, because they're part of the society, they're part of us, and I believe it's wrong. Mostly I think it's just the perception, the education, or the awareness that a lot of the people have is the key factor. I've come across so many different professionals, different parts of the world, who are professionally capable, who are brilliant in whatever the professions that they are in. They're amazing individuals, very creative. They work very hard as anyone else. So I think just not being able to get a job or not being even facilitated, I think it's very wrong. I think it's on those individuals' capabilities, it's on the skill set, and it's about understanding what they can offer in that profession. I think that's what the criteria should be, like for anyone else, and it should not be different because of their sexuality. If they're good enough to represent the country, yes, definitely. I think having these professionals coming out and explaining what they went through growing up and being part of different sports, and how they had to cope with these things, will allow the next generation to accept who they are, and it should not be any issue as long as they are good enough to play any sport. You would treat any other child in the same way. It's not by choice, it's how they have been born, and their acceptance. I think any parent should think like that, and give and love and support those individuals, because that's what they most needed. Because sometimes as a teenager you still don't know what is happening with your, it is a struggle. It's very well documented, the mental struggles that individuals go through in society, and if you're not accepted in your own household, that becomes an even worse situation for them to be in. So it's very, very important that the first acceptance should be at home. It is a huge issue, and it is to do with our existing laws and the way it's been interpreted, and awareness as well. I think that's something that we have to address in a legislative manner, and at the same time we need to understand they're people, and they're not subjects, they are people, and you cannot govern a country through social disparity. I think it's important that we understand they are part of the society, they are Sri Lankans. They have nowhere else to go, and we have to accept that. And I think that it's a broader conversation for everyone to have, and make sure that we have provisions and we don't treat anyone differently. Even within our education system, we need to find ways where we can educate the next generation. A lot more people only get to understand this at a much later stage in their lives as adults. But I think even myself, I was not aware of all this until I grew up and I found out by myself. But I think if we have that kind of awareness as youngsters, I think that would make a huge difference in many lives. Not to go into a closet and hide and suffer internally, because mental health is a huge issue in Sri Lanka, and this is driven by this culture that we've created. So it's important that you have the courage to come out, talk about it, and be part of it. I think that's the most important thing. The more and more people who come out and discuss this and create awareness and create the platform for the next generation. As a country, it's our responsibility to make sure that we address these issues. And it's not a problem that we will have different opinions and we will have different ways of looking at it. But at the same time, what we have to realize is these are people we're dealing with. Better together.